CCP, I disagree with you. So when will I disappear?
So these are the types of compilations that I choose to call kind of untitled. But if I do that, nobody will see my video. But I would want you to watch this video to the end. Suggests a title for this video, but I just want to pick random things that people believe about China that I failed to put into a title. As you know, I run topical subjects here, even though I get my research from TikTok, but I run things as a topic. But this time it was hard. People believe too much. What I titled this video isn't the final title. I want to collect all your thoughts and make it a title. Thank you.
Remember when Xi Jinping, your president, got compared to Winnie the Pooh? What happened to Winnie the Pooh in your country?
So what happened to Winnie the Pooh in my country?
Oh boy, here we go again. The scare quotes trade of China building crappy infrastructure in DRC is not worth all the billions they have made from the labor of Congolese workers, many of whom are children. Please, demonstrate you have even the slightest understanding of the situation. How does child labor happen in the Congo? Do you know? I've explained it before, I will have to explain it again. As I've showed before, China is helping the Congo move away from artisanal mining. Artisanal mining is mining by hand, it's bad. This is where the child labor happens. China doesn't mandate child labor. The Congo doesn't mandate child labor. It's illegal. It's not allowed to happen. Do you know why it happens? Because in artisanal mining, people are paid piece by piece. Whatever they mine, they get paid for. If they need more money, sometimes they bring their kids to work. This is bad. This is not China mandating it. It's not even the Congolese government mandating it. They say, I suggest you listen to actual Congolese activists who have much more to say about China exploiting the DRC. Do you think they actually mean this? They actually mean that we should listen to Congolese people? This is the source they provided to say that China's infrastructure is bad and is not worth it for the Congolese people, okay? Here it is, the risks and rewards of resource for infrastructure deals, lessons from the Congo Sicomines Agreement. It's written by David Landry. This is David Landry. He's an American white guy. He's whiter than me. He's a contributor to the World Bank and NATO. Why do you think he does that? But this article that this person is citing after telling me to listen to Congolese people was funded by the China Africa Research Initiative with an award from the Carnegie Fellowship Program, the Carnegie Endowment. This is from the website of that China Africa Research Initiative. They're funded by fucking Bill Gates, an American billionaire. And yes, the Carnegie Corporation of New York. And the Economic and Social Research Council. That's part of the UK government. How do you not look at who's funding the reports that you cite? The Carnegie Endowment, the CEIP, a report they published in 2018 was used to form the basis of President Joe Biden's foreign policy and is a guidepost for the Biden administration's U.S. Department of State. They've received millions from the U.S. government, hundreds of thousands from the U.S. Department of Defense contractors, and over 10 million in funding from foreign governments, which are all just from the Imperial Corps. The UK, the European Commission, Canada, Japan, Switzerland, Australia, Japan, India, the Netherlands, Sweden, Germany. That's just their government funders. Look who else funds them. Meta, capitalist mega corporations. Again, Bill and Melinda Gates. Fucking Amazon funds them. Google funds them. The fucking National Endowment for Democracy funds them. A CIA cutout regime change organization of the U.S. government. Why don't you listen to Congolese people like this white guy who was paid by a regime change organization of the U.S. government to demonize China? Fuck.
Those high Rise buildings in China are fake. They are ghost buildings with no one living in them. Ordinary people simply can't afford to live in them. Those images of developed Chinese cities are all for propaganda. They won't tell you the truth.
Well, there is actually a simple way to judge whether we are lying about the actual situation with Chinese society. That is to look at the cars on the road.
This is Yichang City, Jiangxi Province, a Chinese city that is completely unfamiliar to foreigners. It ranks 111th among the 337 cities in China. This is a residential community where ordinary people in Yichang live. Let's take a look at what cars are here. Obviously, these are not luxury cars. They are the cars driven by ordinary people. There are always those who say that the high-rise buildings in China are just an illusion and there are no people living in them. But cars don't lie, because there must be a sufficient number of people to drive so many cars. Judging from the number of cars as well as their grades and degrees of newness, it's clear what level Chinese society is at.
Yeah, and I've seen entire streets in China full of human shit.
Okay, then let's go to the old urban area of a poor small city in a province that ranks fourth from the bottom in terms of poverty. You should be able to find what you are looking for. Oh, sorry, wrong video. Let's try again.
I just think it's so funny, like, Americans know so much about China, you know? And I always just ask them, like, just travel. Like, leave your state. Like, go somewhere else besides that local bar you always go to. Like, don't do a road trip. Take a plane. Go somewhere you don't speak the language. Go anywhere and learn. Don't be watching your Facebook news or whatever news channel you're watching. Get yourself out there. Learn. Be open-minded. And then make a judgment. Be smart about it. And adjust and listen to what you hear.
To be fair, this guy claimed that he saw what he described in China in 1995. I have to say that is indeed a possibility. Because India in the first video is like that right now. If our system had been successfully subverted by the US back then, we wouldn't be much better off than India today.
Compare Xi to a panda, and they will beat the crap out of you.
You mean this? Shall I show this picture when we are go to jail? To be honest, on Chinese online platforms, creating memes of leaders is indeed subject to censorship, but it only leads to the deletion of the posts. As long as you don't have explicit intent to insult, you won't face any legal risks. Even if you actually insult the top leader, the punishment will be lighter than that for shoplifting in the United States.
Anyway, the United States is more free than China.
Yes, theoretically speaking, in the United States, people can freely humiliate their leaders, while in China, there are certain legal risks involved. So it seems that the US should be a bit more free than China. However, this is not the case in real-life experience. Let's take the experience of a Chinese immigrant as an example.
朋友们，现在市政府要罚$5000，因为装了格力空调。然后呢，不是格力空调的事儿，是我们买空调的那个地儿，人家直接给师傅，这就过来装了。那个师傅没有办这个城市的许可证，就没有施工许可证，而且呢。你装的师傅和电工师傅必须是俩人，2个人都要在上面签字，签完字再叫市政府来检查。所以呢，我们是先斩后奏了，我们就把空调买了，以为就是直接装上完事儿。现在呢，市政府过来检查了，说你这俩空调，你现在就得给我拆了，要不然我罚你5000。然后呢，你们重新办证，办完证之后呢，再找那个有许可证的师傅过来办许可证，办完许可证，我再告诉你一个施工日期，你再过来，把它装好。 这不脱了裤子放屁的事吗？对吧？$5000，我不信，我找律师告他，真是。
So do you understand? The problem is that in reality, there are far more restrictions in the US than in China. In China, the vast majority of personal behaviors regarding the disposal of private property do not require approval, such as renovating one's house, installing an air conditioner, or remodeling one's yard. The government will not interfere at all. This is why these Chinese immigrants feel unaccustomed after arriving in the US and think that the US lacks freedom. Americans who have never lived in China think that such interference with freedom is taken for granted, and this is the root cause of this misunderstanding. Okay, it was just a joke. What this video intends to convey is that for those who claim that anyone who says China is not bad is a commentator in prison, you don't need to doubt that they are anti-China elements paid by the CIA.
No many Chinese do work multiple jobs, but I understand that.
Wait. Did you say multiple jobs? Come on, we are not in the United States. Most Chinese people don't have a second job at all. If you don't want to rest and want to earn more money, you just need to ask your boss for overtime work. There is no need to spend time looking for a second job at all. When we heard that Americans need to work 2 or 3 jobs to survive, we were greatly shocked. Well, if you think that some Chinese people, while working, engage in some side hustles, such as opening a small store on an online platform, selling some small items, or making some small investments, and you consider that a second job. But these incomes are not included in the per capita income statistics at all. Basically, such incomes don't need to pay taxes, and the government doesn't care about them. So the actual income of Chinese people is actually higher than the statistical income. I just wanted to be more conservative, so I didn't mention this part of the income.